بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام ميم ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين.
Interpretation of the Holy Quran.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. With the grace of Allah, we began to have a brief interpretation of Quran. We reached to chapter Al-Baqara, the longest chapter of Quran which is revealed in Medina. Please listen to verse 251 and 252.
فهزموهم بإذن الله وقتل داود جالوت وآتاه الله الملك والحكمة وعلمه مما يشاء ولولا دفع الله الناس بعضهم ببعض لفسدت الأرض ولكن الله ذو فضل على العالمين. تلك آيات الله نتلوها عليك بالحق وإنك لمن المرسلين.
So they put them to fight by Allah's permission. And Dawood killed Jalut, and Allah gave him kingdom and wisdom, and taught him of what he pleased. ولولا دفع الله الناس بعضهم ببعض لفسدت الأرض ولكن الله ذو فضل على العالمين. And were it not for Allah's repelling some men with others, the earth would certainly be in a state of disorder. But Allah is gracious to the creatures. تلك آيات الله نتلوها عليك بالحق وإنك لمن المرسلين. These are the communications of Allah. We recite them to you with truth, and most surely you are of the messengers. In previous section, we talked briefly about the events, the story that Allah is telling about Bani Israel in these few verses. It started from verse 246 until here Allah says, anyway, Talut and a few of people, they went and they faced Jalut and his army who were very, very strong. They started to fight. One of the followers of Talut, who was a very young person, actually from different interpretations of Quran, as we understand, Dawood, that after that he became a prophet of Allah. Allah gave him a special knowledge, a special wisdom. In that time, Dawood was not in his army, in Talut's army. Actually, his brothers were among them, and he came to join them to bring some foods or some materials that they needed. When he was coming to see his brothers who were with Talut, in the way he took some pieces of stones, and he came. When the fight and the war started, he said to Talut that I want to fight with them. And he came and he threw one stone. He threw the stones and he hit Jalut. Jalut was killed by that stones. And his army started to run away and they lost. Allah says in this verse, فحزموهم بإذن الله وقتل داود جالوت وآتاه الله الملك والحكمة. They started to fight with each other and they won and achieved the victory. It means Talut and his followers. They went with the permission of Allah. وَقَتَلَ دَاوُودُ جَالُوتَ. Dawood killed Jalut. As I said, Dawood was a young person who was not even among the armies. Only Allah had chosen him to throw the stones, and the stones will kill Jalut. After that, Allah says, وَآتَاهُ اللَّهُ الْمُلْكَ وَالْحِكْمَةِ. Allah gave Dawood after that the kingdom and hikmah, the wisdom, وَعَلَّمَهُ مِمَّا يَشَاء, and taught him from whatever he pleased. Then Allah says, وَلَوْلَا دَفْعُ اللَّهِ النَّاسَ بَعْضَهُمْ بِبَعْضٍ لَفَسَدَتِ الْأَرْضِ. If it was not that Allah will repel some by others, protect some people from the others, if it is not because of that, all the earth will be full of disorder, corruption, problems, disasters. Allah wants to say that all the time there are some people, some good people, that Allah will protect the others because of them. Either we can say that some rulers or kings, that Allah because of them protect the others from oppressors. It can mean such a things, and here Allah helped them, these group of people, by Talut and his followers. And there is a narration which says about this verse of Quran that Allah, because of one person, a good believer, sometimes Allah will protect 100,000 house from disasters and problems because of one person. It means one person who is very righteous person, Allah will protect a lot. So this verse can mean some good rulers, because of them Allah will protect many from oppressing, or sometimes we can say by a group of people, some members or old people or children. We have a narration that because of the innocent children and because of old people, Allah will help many people in the land. So it can mean right because of righteous people, because of those who have piety, because of old people or innocent people, other people will be protected and will be saved. وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ ذُو فَضْلٍ عَلَى الْعَالَمِينَ. And Allah is gracious to the creatures. Allah has a grace to all the people, but it doesn't mean that people can sit by themselves and Allah is going to help them. Allah is talking about those people who worked very hard, passed different exams, and at the end Allah says, وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ ذُو فَضْلٍ عَلَى الْعَالَمِينَ. Allah is the one who is gracious, most beneficent to all people. From these verses, all these verses that talked about the story of Talut and his followers and Jalut and his followers, we understand that to win and have a victory needs and has some causes, some reasons. And the reason, as we understood from these verses, can be these reasons for the victory. One, a group of people should have a good leader among themselves. As Allah has chosen Talut as a leader for them, as Allah says, وقال لهم نبيهم إن الله قد بعث لكم طالوت. Allah has raised for you Talut. And after that Allah says, قال إن الله اصطفى. قال, it means their prophet said, Ismail or Ishmael said, إن الله اصطفاه عليكم وزاده بسطة في العلم والجسم. Surely Allah has chosen Talut alaykum to be your leader, زاده بسطة في العلم والجسم, and enhanced him vastly in knowledge and physics. Allah gave him a special knowledge and made him so strong, and he is good leader for you. So one of the reason and main cause for victory for a nation, a group, to have a good leader among themselves. Another one, also people should be good people, good believers. As Allah says, قَالَ الَّذِينَ يَظُنُّونَ أَنَّهُمْ مُلَاقُو اللَّهِ. Many people in these stories failed the exams, different exams. But those who stayed until the end, at the end, when they saw Jalut and his followers, Allah says, قَالَ الَّذِينَ يَظُنُّونَ أَنَّهُمْ مُلَاقُو كَمْ مِنْ فَأَةٍ قَلِيلَةٍ قَلَبَتْ فَأَةً كَثِيرَةً بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ. Those who were sure that they are going to visit Allah, this group of people said that كَمْ مِنْ فَأَةٍ قَلِيلَةٍ قَلَبَتْ فَأَةً كَثِيرَةً بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ. It happens many times that a group of people, a small group, is going to win a big group. قال الذين يظنون أنهم ملاقو الله كم من فئة قليلة قلبت فئة كثيرة بإذن الله. Allah says those who believe that they are going to visit Allah, they said it happens many times that a small group won a big group. So we will see that they were good believers. So first, good leader. Second, good believers and good followers. Third, when they say bi'iznillah, they said with the permission of Allah. It means they trusted on Allah. With all facilities that we have, if we have good leader among ourselves, if we believe on Allah, still we should not forget that anything we want to do, it should be with the permission of Allah. It means we should trust Allah. Either we are in a good situation or not. Anything we want to do, it should be with the permission of Allah, and we should trust Him in everything. Another cause for the victory is praying. These group of people prayed when they saw Jalut and his followers. رَبَّنَا أَفْرِغْ عَلَيْنَا صَبْرًا وَثَبِّتْ أَقْدَامَنَا. And when they prayed, they said, and make our steps firm and assist us against the unbelieving people. So it means they needed to be firm, and Allah can do that. They need to get the assistance, and only Allah can do that. So pray and asking from Allah to be patient and to resist. This is something that we need at the same time that we have the tools. وَنَصُرْنَا عَلَى الْقَوْمِ الْكَافِرِينَ, and assist us against the unbelieving people. This will tell us also that when you want to win and have a victory, you should have good intention. It means only to have victory because you are living in this area, you are from this country, because of the power, because of the money, because of the desire. None of them is accepted. وَانْصُرْنَا عَلَى الْقَوْمِ الْكَافِرِينَ. No, because they are unbelievers. Help us to fight with them and to achieve victory. It means good reasons for the fight. And pray should be to something that Allah likes it. Then Allah says, تلك آيات الله نتلوها عليك بالحق وإنك لمن المرسلين. These are the communications of Allah. We recite them to you with truth, and most surely you are of the messengers. Allah says, these stories that I have told you, all of them are true stories. These verses, communications that I have recited to you, all of them are true. وَإِنَّكَ لَمِنَ الْمُرْسَلِينَ, and surely you are one of the messengers. Inshallah, in next section, I'm going to continue to talk about these two verses. And definitely, this verse is the last verse of second part of Quran, which we have 30 part, and it is going to be the last verse of second part. Next section, I'm going to continue to talk, inshallah, about this verse. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.